Welcome to another edition of Coventry Sphinx live on the road here at Loughborough Dynamo FC this afternoon. Liam Cook taking you through the entirety of this pitching in Northern Premier League Midlands tie. Another exciting fixture ahead of us against the side pushing for the top five. Loughborough Dynamo currently on 60 points, 8 points clear of local rivals Quorn, who are hoping to break into that playoff picture. And the teams make their way out of the tunnel area. Coventry Sphinx in their chain strip of red and navy hoops. Loughborough Dynamo in their home strip of gold and black. Non-league taking centre stage this week. It is non-league day as well as Women's Football Day. Time for football fans around the country to engage with their local non-league and women's teams. And I'm glad to say we have a decent crowd here in Leicestershire. Large contingent making their way down the M69 from the free-spired city. Coventry Sphinx hoping to take another step towards safety this afternoon after that 2-2 draw against Cambridge City last week. Well, let's take you through the starting lineups kicking off with Coventry Sphinx. Just the one change for the Sky Blue and Whites this afternoon, with Tyler Haddo missing out due to injury. He's replaced up front, making his full Coventry Sphinx debut is Cameron Moore, formerly of Loughborough Dynamo, signed for the Sphinx just over a week ago. Another former Dynamo man in Lewis Guest start at centre-back. Here's the full team. Number 1, Keelan Fallows. 2, Joe Percy. 3, Vindy Shark. Number 4, Luke Downs. 5, Lewis Guest. 6, William Edginguele. 7, Ash Demolder. 8, Callum Woodward, the skipper. Number 9, Matty Shipman. 10, Cam Moore. And 11, Jordan Hayward. Substitutes for the Spin Garnet. 10, Rio Molyneux. And number 11, George Ball. Substitutes for Loughborough. Number 12, Charlie Carter. 13, Josh Mee. 14, Taryn Rohilla. 15, new recruit Nathan Daniels. And 16, Eddie Bamfo. So just the one change for Loughborough Dynamo from a fantastic 3-2 victory away at Sporting Cowser last week. That is Rio Molyneux returning to the front line. It is going to be Coventry Sphinx kicking from right to left to start the proceedings at the Newton Falloway Stadium. Referee did action around the grounds in the pitching in Northern Premier League Midlands this afternoon. We'll keep you up to date with what's going on as and when we can. Matty Shipman breaking for an early opportunity on the edge of the area, held off, forced to the right hand side through Ashton Demolder and stopped at the near post. Demolder looking for 16 seconds against Loughborough Dynamo in the last meeting between these two sides just over 3 weeks ago. Referee this afternoon, Kieran Forrest. King, a low drive towards the edge of the area. Turned away by Finley Shark, lofted right. Matty Shipman gives chase, but tracking back for Loughborough Dynamo, David Chapman. On the left-hand side, looking for the runner, Bangora. Clearance made by Gueston. Hooked out on that far side of the field. Throwing on the touchline to be taken by Chapman. Demolder up for it, couldn't bring it down. Garnett, poor control, and Demolder looking for options further afield. Turned back where it came from by Mitch Robinson. Floated high into the sky towards Garnett. Headed by Guest. Loughborough continue down the right-hand side with Rio Molyneux looking to duck past Finley Shark. Hayward is with him all the way as well. Molyneux into the corner. And Hayward sees it out. Throwing right in the corner for Loughborough Dynamo, which Taylor Anderson will take responsibilities for. Anderson looking for bodies. George Ball's there. He finds Garnett. Back to Anderson. Garnett once more in the right-hand corner of the penalty area. Anderson down line. Moved in by Bucci. Comfortable volley clearance by Edgingwele. Moore couldn't find Shipman. It's cut out by his old teammate Anderson. Garnett crossing opportunity for Rio Molyneux. Shoved aside by William Edgingwele. Was he forced into touch by the former Sky Blues centre-back? Yes, he was. Great work from the veteran defender. Right, Coventry City not in action this afternoon. It is international weekend, the first of the year. It's City still buzzing from last weekend's FA Cup victory, and the best news is for Sphinx fans that the semi-final against Manchester United, I still can't believe I'm saying that, is going to be on the Sunday. That weekend, Coventry Sphinx play Boldmere St Michael's on Saturday afternoon, so you don't have to miss out on your feast of football. Either way, you can take in both games. Tickets not yet available for that one, of course. To Mulder. Slip right for Shipman. Shuffled it back to the goalkeeper in Lewis King, and Shipman putting him under pressure. King able to find Chapman just in time. Woodward keeps it alive. Sphinx supporters making their voices heard behind the goal. Captain Callum Woodward looking to lead by example. Guest making some inroads in the penalty area, nodded clear by the near post, Robinson. Cleared up to George Bull. Here's Bangura playing in a slightly more attacking role than we're used to seeing him play for Loughborough. Molyneux calling for it on the right-hand side. Edgingwele tries to block his path. Bangura's had a little bit too much of himself there, and it slid into touch, levelled the penalty area by Joe Percy. Sphinx going 4 at the back. Loughborough forced back into their own backyard with Gianluca Bucci. One of my favourite names to pronounce this season, I must say. Tries to find a man through the middle, deflected off Woodward, headed away by Luke Downs, but Loughborough coming back for more with Bangura. Swept aside, and Luke Downs sprints away now for Coventry Sphinx. He's got Demulder to his right, plays it to the Solihull Moors youngster. Switching the way, cannons off David Chapman, gets it back from Ball. Clearance brought down the centre circle by Shorrock. Been a mainstay in the Sky Blue and White side this season. Here's Hayward, taking on the back line on his own. Finds Shipman on the edge of the area, tries to turn away from one man and takes the ball into the path of another in Captain Rob Norris. Now it's the ball, driving at the Sphinx back line. Guest trying to jockey for position. Played through for Evan Garnett. Garnett thinking about the long range spectacular. He's going to have a go. Cannons off Luke Downs, I believe. And Callum Woodward tries to clear, scoots up on the edge of his area, headed away by Downs. Woodward again trying to prevent Ball from getting on the end of it. Still pushing on is Connor Fury. Just across for Bangura. Down onto Fury again. Nodded clear, making the headed block. Lewis Guest and thumped out by Joe Percy. Bit of separation for Coventry Sphinx. Taken quickly by Chapman. Returned to sender by Norris. Now Bangura. Fury slide in by Woodward, takes the man and the ball. Referee said it was fair game. That wasn't from Asher Mulder, taking the standing leg of David Chapman away. 10 yards into Sphinx territory. Keelan follows in a neon green goalkeeping kit this afternoon. Lewis King looking pretty in pink. Remember to hit the like button if you're enjoying today's coverage as it's floated in. Bit of head tennis going on the edge of the area. No one bringing it down. It's Matty Shipman with the volley clearance. Racing over his more to try and keep it in. He was just a yard behind it. And it will be a throw-in for Loughborough Dynamo right in front of the Coventry Sphinx camera. Our first season of providing live and exclusive commentary of every single Sphinx game, as well as the video highlights. And Dynamo play it safe, and the throw is taken to King. Bucci strolling up towards the halfway line. He's got Robinson to his left, but is encouraged to drive on. Still going Bucci. Slow run up to Rio Molyneux. Plays the 1-2. Well, looking for kick. Not too much difference in the position of where the set piece would be taken. The referee finds in favour of Percy. early goal in the relegation race, or three early goals actually. We'll bring you up to date with those after this set piece, to be taken by Rob Norris. Robinson at the far post, looking to score for a second time against Sphinx this season. I think Keenan Farrell's just patted it wide. Nodded it into the ground, no real pace on it. But Robinson is a danger from these kind of opportunities. Beware the Rottweiler behind the goal. Rob Norris keeping his eye on goal. Headed up by Shipman. Ball keeps it alive. Norris fronts it back on the right-hand side. George Ball, a little push from behind by Cam Moore. Ball looking to get on the seconds, and the through ball was played down the right-hand side by Norris. And he pushes over Callum Woodward from behind, trying to shield the ball. Free kick to Coventry Sphinx. Now onto those goals in the fight for survival. In fact, there's been 3 goals in one game. AFC Rushden Diamonds took the lead in the 3rd minute at Quorn. A very surprising, but goals in the 4th and 9th minutes from Quorn have turned it around. Quorn now lead 2-1 against AFC Rushden Diamonds. Sphinx hoping that Loughborough's local rivals can do them a favour this afternoon. And Rugby have also conceded early on against another local side here in Leicestershire, Hinckley LRFC. Hayward was asking Matty Shipman to make the run, but it wasn't forthcoming. The ball down the left-hand side drifts into the vicinity of Lewis King. King in the centre of the park, met in the air by Downs, but brought down by Norris. Looking to play it through in the air for Molyneux, but good touch from Finley Sharp prevents that. Downs rolls it back to Fallows. Neither keeper has had to make a save just yet. Shipman. Down loses out to his opposite number 7 in Connor Fury. Force over to the far touchline under pressure from Shipman. Down line with Chapman. Force back to King in goal. King curls it right. It's an awkward one. And Sphinx get the throw. Taylor Anderson couldn't reach it. We'll try and see down this touchline with Jordan Hayward taking it. Throw in Shorrock. Here's Cam Moore. Shorrock trying to create a little bit of separation here, but Loughborough Dynamo all over Sphinx in this attack. Woodward looking for Jordan Hayward, but cannoned out by Taylor Anderson right over us. And someone's going to have to go and fetch that match ball as we get another one. Anderson will take. Here's a 1-2 with Ball. And Norris. Aimless ball. He's looking for Rio Molyneux, I believe. Edgingrella can only give it back to Molyneux. He's running Scateo by Sharp, puts it out off the man brought in from the Sporting Council. Again, the only change from that fixture. Throw into Sphinx, just in front of their own penalty area, which we'll try and find Shipman up line. Pushing the back on Matty Shipman by Taylor Anderson. Referee says no, and Shipman saying, do you not see the hands in the back? There's going to be a throw-in to Loughborough Dynamo, and Matty Shipman not prepared to let that one go. And Anderson's going to play it to his centre-back in Mitch Robinson. Here's King. Down the centre of the park, Edgingrella beats Garnett to the punch. Three, played down the right side towards Cam Moore and punted into safety by Mitch Robinson for the throw. If in doubt, get it out. The referee just going to check on Luke Downs. Sphinx, as we said, low on substitutes this afternoon, just the 3 available. They do have a midfield option in Alfonso Castro. Their first real opportunity of the match. King distributes down the centre. William Edgingrella nods it back where it came from, looking for more. Fury wins that aerial duel. Here's Bangura. Driving through the midfield, followed all the way by Woodward. Space on the right-hand side for Rio Molyneux. Molyneux picks it off. Sharp trying to close him down. Molyneux holds, and the cross blocked by Shark out for the throw. Level with the penalty area for the Moes. Anderson given the hurry up by Bucci, he wants it. But Anderson not forthcoming. Bedford United have just taken the lead against Sporting Kelsa, and a crucial goal in the game between Hinckley LRFC and Rugby. Rugby have equalised through Silvano Obeng. That could be a big goal at the bottom end of the table. It's a big opportunity for Gresley this afternoon at home to Sutton Coldfield. They find themselves in the bottom two with AFC Russia and Diamonds, who did take the lead against Corn, but now 2-1 down. Fast and furious action there. Heckwood, oh, that one was going straight for the camera there. Thankfully, the fencing was there. Well, rather than the flat cap, I have had to use a crash hat this season. Well, with camera intact and throwing in favour of Sphinx. It's taken by Sharrock. Again, Shipman feels he was impeded by Anderson. Again, the referees are moved. Edgingway stretches to take the ball away from Evan Garnett. Floated up towards Shipman, nodded out by Bucci. That time Shipman gets the decision. Finley Sharrock with ball in hand. First to Shipman. Awkward bounce. Anderson clears his lines, but brought down well by Luke Downs. Here's Ashton Namal. The handball claims it was just flicked onto his shoulder, I believe. And Luke Downs looking to switch it to the left-hand side. Didn't quite get the execution. Too central for Jordan Hayward, and it will be a throw-in for the Dynamo as we come to the 20-minute mark. Garnett flicks it on towards Ball. Yes, who spent a season here at Loughborough Dynamo, keeping his old side at bay. Anderson looks for Evan Garnett. Edgingway was trying to shepherd it into touch for the Sphinx goal kick. Didn't have the legs on it, but his clearance is flicked off the toe of Garnett out for a Sphinx throw. It was well worked there from William Edgingway, a former EFL player with Coventry City, also played in the Scottish Premier League with Dundee. Brilliant side in by Gianluca Bucci. Moore brings it back. Cameron Moore diving down to his right. It's Lewis King bringing it safely into Dynamo control. Great break from Moore, determined to make an impression against his old side. Premier League Midlands still with him out, gets the cross in at a tight angle, and William Edgingway just says, I'll have that, and scoops it out for the throw. Mitch Robinson trying to G up his troops at the back as we prepare for the throw-in from Taylor Anderson. Doesn't reach Molyneux thanks to Jordan Hayward. It will be a throw-in virtually the same position, and we're going to need another ball. Corby Town have just taken the lead at home to lead Boldmere by 1-0. Plenty of goal-mouth action around the league. Not quite found it here at Loughborough Dynamo, but they nearly got the first strike there as George Ball looking for top bins from long range. Follow saw it coming all the way. So far, only 3 goals out of today's Midlands. Yet to see a goal. This is one of them. The others being Gresley versus Sutton Coldfield and Spalding versus Harborough. First versus third. Throwing on the halfway line, taken quickly by Chapman to Evan Garnett. The flag stayed down. Robinson kept it. Chapman along the left-hand side, just drifts over the white lines. He plays along the flank. Kitman Paul Seddon said the best thing for him today would be to see Sphinx 3-0 up at half-time so he could go to the England game later on tonight. He's going to be leaving a tad early, so Bagsy not watching the kits this afternoon. England playing Brazil at Wembley at 7 o'clock. Norris tried to clear, canned off the head of his opposite captain in Callum Woodward. Hayward was a tad forceful in trying to reach it before Bucci. Bucci forced down from behind, and the free kick given on the edge of Dynamo's penalty area, and they will be glad that it was given. They would have been in a world of trouble if Hayward had got through. Here's Anderson. Waiting for help to arrive is Anderson. Finds Connor Fury, playing in a more central location than he did last time Sphinx met Loughborough. Bucci, cautious approach. I think he was trying to play a lofted through ball for Connor Fury, but the run was never made. Ejingwale with a simple interception. As well, he should look proud. What a strike. Certainly one for the highlight reel for George Ball. No keeper in the world is saving that one. Fallows left helpless as Ball picked his spot. And we call him in golden ball after that strike. George Ball puts the Dynamo in front. Well, there is some good news for Sphinx as Quorn have scored at Hinckley LRFC. Now Sphinx have got some work to do here at the Newton Fallowell Stadium. They're 1-0 down on 26 minutes through a worldie from George Ball. Can they make an instant impact? More looking for Luke down to cut out in the midfield by Norris. Bangor trying to reach that lofted ball down the left, but Sphinx have got it back with Lewis Guest. Down the right it goes towards Moore. Robinson forced to launch it into the trees. Finds Hayward. Back to Woodward. Finds Hayward. Back to Woodward. First side cross from Callum Woodward. Easy gather at the near post for King. You see what Woodward's trying to do. You see what Woodward's trying to do there with a hit to Garnett. Ejingwale topos it towards Matty Shipman. And Norris slices it out off, I think came off Shipman last. Bucci at centre back for Loughborough Dynamo. Finally in the ascendancy after an even start. Norris to Molyneux, heavy touch from Molyneux, takes it away from him. Finley Shark mops it up. Shipman the target. Shipman brings it down to the pressure from Bucci in his own half. Woodward, Sphinx now try and find their way into Loughborough territory with the ball from down, slightly overhit to Shark, throw in just in front of the camera for Loughborough Dynamo. Corby have scored a second at home to Walsall Wood. Anderson. Roll up and throw towards Garner. It was almost in the... Oh, that strike didn't have the accuracy nor the power of his initial effort. Beautiful setup. Well, as long as everyone's beer's okay, everyone's happy around here as it's flew into the Dynamo faithful next to us. But the move comes to nothing for Loughborough Dynamo as Norris was looking for Molyneux, who was behind the number 10. So Finley Shark to take the throws. We hit 32 minutes of the Newton Fallowell Stadium. Loughborough Dynamo 1, Coventry Sphinx 0. DeMordo up for the header. Moore forced down by Anderson. Anderson's got it back through to Mulder. Cameron Moore looking for a route through, blocked off by Bucci. And Bucci protests his innocence, but it will be a free kick to Sphinx. Molyneux ordered back by the goalkeeper, King. He will be in the wall with Norris. Captain Callum Woodward getting some advice from Finley Shark. Killed in towards William Ejingwale, who got the last touch. It will be a corner. Strike from Ejingwale, deflected behind. The Sphinx travelling support behind King's goal, hoping to see that net bulge in the next couple of seconds as Sphinx continue to go marching in search of their equaliser. Callum Woodward to take the corner from the left towards that far post, headed up by Shipman. Brought down by Jordan Hayward, turn and shoot. Anderson tries to shepherd him away, and Woodward caught in the area, penalty! Garnett running through the outstretched leg of Callum Woodward. And out of nowhere, Coventry Sphinx have a spot kick. It looked like the move was fizzling out. But Garnett clumsily taking Woodward's leg out. And it opens the door for Matty Shipman to send the Sphinx fans behind King's goal into hysterics. Till half-time, Matty Shipman's penalty makes it all square at the Newton Followell Stadium. That's cheaply given away from the kick-off to Callum Woodward. And Sphinx going nowhere with it, and Mitch Robinson intercepts. Poor control from Chapman. Loughborough look rattled. And it's played through for Jordan Hayward, one-on-one, it's Hayward! How about that for a turnaround? Barged right through it, Jordan Hayward, one-on-one with King. Precise finish from the Sphinx winger. Just a minute ago, Loughborough looked like they had the game under control. But now Coventry Sphinx find themselves in front at the home of the league's fourth place side. Anything really can happen in football. And on non-league day, Coventry Sphinx showing they are the non-league pride of the Free Spired City. It's 2-1 to Coventry Sphinx. And again from the kick-off, Loughborough failing to march on. Ashton and Mortimer charging down that attempted ball from Chapman. The Dynamo fans falling into a stunned silence, and Coventry Sphinx, their travelling support in buoyant mood. And the weather reflecting the mood of Loughborough at the moment. The sun's gone in. Some rather menacing looking rain clouds on the horizon. Loughborough had the throw 20 yards into Sphinx territory. Now they've got to go chasing the game. Downs wins the ball from Ball, and Downs was tripped there on the way through from Ball. Referee says nothing doing. Demorda floats it left, looking for Shipman. You can see the confidence in the Coventry Sphinx side. Taking on Anderson. Jordan Hayward, Shipman again. Not the most conventional of clearances from Norris, but he finds Ball well enough. Over Shipman's header. Molyneux caught and gets the free kick. Referee tried to play advantage, but Fury could take the ball no further. Well, what a game we have on our hands here, the Newton Followell Stadium, with 7 minutes until half-time plus stoppages, of which I don't think there's going to be too many. Coventry Sphinx, not long ago, were 1-0 down, then 2 goals in a minute. Turn the game on its head, and Sphinx lead by 2 goals to 1. Can they cause another surprise in Leicestershire? Mitch Robinson told he's got plenty of time at the back. He's got Bucci on the left. They seem to have swapped sides, Bucci and Robinson. King down the middle towards the edge of the penalty area. Shark heads it to Jordan Hayward, who's also almost acting as a wing back there. Moore, slide in by Norris, takes it away from his old teammates. Just 2 weeks ago, Moore was playing for Loughborough Dynamo. Chapman. Robinson rolls it into the centre circle. Norris, Bucci. Throw down the line to Gianluca Bucci. Woodward's having it on a silver platter. The Garnet Guest has to mop it up. Lewis Guest saving his side there after a from Woodward. fell to the grateful feet of Garnett. Shipman's offside as Sphinx tried the count. He was waiting on the edge of the area, but strayed past the last man, Bucci. A real let-off there for Coventry Sphinx as Lewis Guest against his old team, saving the day with Garnett looking at that Sphinx goal like a lion looks at a juicy steak. Great slide in by Percy, takes it to DeMulder. Slightly under hit, back to, tries to stop Fury in his tracks. And both players diving down for it, Fury and Woodward. It's Woodward who's gotten down in the heap, and it's Woodward who's got the foul. And the physio is going to be needed. Woodward suffered a broken fibula earlier in the season, missed around 2 months of action. Let's hope it's nothing as serious this time. If Woody can't continue, not only would it be a massive blow to Sphinx's midfield and their morale, potentially losing their captain, they would have to bring on Spanish midfielder Alfonso Castellano. And I think Castellano is going for a warm-up. Let's see if Woodward can continue. His father John, the joint manager, along with Sean Thomas. The Sphinx Dream team made the Sphinx Army's dreams come true last season with the incredible run to the United Counties League Premier Division South title, pipping Rugby Town to first prize. Rugby, of course, coming up as runners-up. It was supposed to go down to a playoff, but the playoff never happened. Rugby were given the spot to step forward by default. It looks like Woodward will be able to continue. Great news for Coventry Sphinx. Let's have a look through the current scores in the Northern Premier League Midlands. Bedworth 1, Calcer 0, Boldmere 0, Coleshill 1, Corby 2, Walsall Wood 0, Gresley 0, Sutton Coldfield 0, Hinckley 1, Rugby 1. Obviously, you know here, Loughborough Dynamo 1, Coventry Sphinx 2, Lighttown 1, Shepshed 0. Another goal at Farley Way, Corn 4, AFC Rushden Diamonds 1. Hard to believe Rushden were leading at one point, and still scoreless between Spalding and Harborough. So the free kick to be taken just inside Sphinx's half by Lewis Guest. Shipman waiting around the edge of the area, flicks it into the box. Jordan Hayward gets there before it goes out, but he's flagged offside as he tried to pull it across for Shipman again. So free kick for Lewis King inside his own box, rolls it out with Bucci. Wind's starting to pick up here, starting to become a little bit choppy. Make the long ball game slightly harder. Norris flicks it over the head of Moore, gets it back from Anderson. Garnett with his back to edge, and Guale looks for Molyneux and sliding in there, stretching as far as he can. Finley Shark flicking it out for the Dynamo throw, but allowing Sphinx to track back and regroup. Cannon Woodward back on the pitch now, leading his men from the front line. Hayward juggling the ball away. Into the path of Norris. Here's David Chapman. Mo Bangura on the left-hand side, looking to skip away from Joe Percy and make some inroads. But Percy catches up to the number 4 and is knocked over by Bangura, enough for the referee to give the free kick. About to enter added time here. The injury to Woodward, the only real stoppage. 2 minutes has been confirmed. 2 minutes of added time, beginning within the next 10 seconds. Hayward up for the kick from Fallows. Anderson beating into that aerial punch. Shark with ball in hand. Shipman was up for it, it's nodded out. I think it's headed out off Shipman by Taylor Anderson. Throw in from Sphinx's very own TikTok star in the Shark. He's focused on football business this afternoon. Anderson. Feeling that Anderson took the throw out of position. Referee doesn't agree. Ball, who's a stunning opener. Seems a lifetime ago now for the Dynamo fans. Moore tries to keep it in, but just plays it out along the left-hand side. Wastes precious seconds for Loughborough Dynamo coming to the end of the first minute of added time. If Dynamo are going to get back into this game before half-time and go into the dressing room level, they've got to act quickly. Handball plays, looks like he hit the shoulder of Lewis Guest. Woodward. A few spots of range side the forwards. Woodward looks for Matty Shipman. Played out on this near side by Bucci. Better to be safe than sorry for the Dynamo centre-back. Shorrock looking for a player in red. Finds one in Shipman. Shipman snatched away from behind by Norris. His clearance skews out into the crowd, who've had to run for cover a couple of times this afternoon already. Shorrock will take the throw in just in front of the Sphinx camera. There goes the run up from Sphinx's number 3. Shipman up for it. Anderson, I think, nodding it up. Bucci onto the head of Luke down to the midfield. Handball claims against Anderson. Not that came off the chest of the number 2 for Loughborough. Bangura tries to break down the left-hand side, but Joe Percy onto the seconds. Onto the head of Callum Woodward. Nodding onto the edge of the penalty area. Bucci clears. Demorda high into the sky. Flicked on by Woodward. Demorda racing to the seconds against Connor Fury. And Fury avoiding the challenge of Demorda. It looked like he was just going in shoulder first, hoping to get the free kick, but the referee blows the whistle. What a first half that was. Loughborough Dynamo taking the lead through one of the goals of the season from George Ball. But at the flip of a coin, Coventry Sphinx turning it around. The penalty from Matty Shipman as Callum Woodward's leg was taken out by Garnett. And then within 30 seconds of the kickoff, Jordan Hayward completing the turnaround, making it 2-1 to Coventry Sphinx. Don't go anywhere, folks. We are far from over. Half-time score, Loughborough Dynamo 1, Coventry Sphinx 2. It's just starting to spit. Come on, boys! Second half set to get underway here at the Newton Followell Stadium. Loughborough Dynamo 1, Coventry Sphinx 2. After a brilliant turnaround from Coventry Sphinx in the first half, can they keep the 3 points in their pockets until the final whistle? As things stand, Sphinx would go 10 points clear of the relegation zone and 8 points clear of Rugby Town, who are in the final position before you get to the drop zone. So this could be a massive stride towards safety if Sphinx can keep the victory in their sights. But Garnett trying to get an early goal for Loughborough Dynamo, tipped around the post by Fallows. Early signal of intent in this second half from Garnett, who of course gave away the penalty scored by Matty Shipman. Norris. Is there a foul in the area on Lewis Guest? Yes, there is. It was put wide anyway. And something has incensed the Sphinx back line. They're asking for a red card here as Guest was forced down. Was there a potential stamp there? Didn't quite see what happened, but Canon Woodward was absolutely furious, ran over to the linesman asking for his opinion. The Sphinx players asked to vacate the area, and Guest is going to need some help here from the Sphinx physio, and the referee is heading over to talk to the linesman to ascertain his view on the situation. Guest forced down, trying to prevent the goal, and Sphinx seemingly feeling that there was an infringement in the aftermath. Well, referee Kieran Forrest has completed his chat with the referee. I don't think there's going to be any further punishment. He's having a word now with Callum Woodward. And it does appear there will be no further action, despite the protests of Coventry Sphinx. That's the way side have got to keep their heads here. This is a very important second half. And the Sphinx management saying not even a yellow. In complete bemusement. I must say, I didn't have a clear view of the incident. We'll have to consult the replay on that one in the highlights, which will be online tonight on the Sphinx YouTube channel. Now Sphinx trying to increase their lead more, runs into the path of Taylor Anderson. And it will be a throw just in front of the away dugout. A reminder of the substitutes for Sphinx. Only 3 available. Jamie Draper, Alfonso Castellano and Leo Wood. So 1 defender, 1 midfielder and 1 forward. Shark launches up towards Matty Shipman. Shipman nods into the area and Hayward kept at bay just long enough by Mitch Robinson. Racing down the right side now is Anderson. Looks for Molyneux. Had a rather quiet first half. Tried the cross. Deflected out of a Sphinx man for the corner. Norris, the captain, standing over it on the right-hand side. Towards Robinson, he was being held from behind by Lewis Guest. Referee says nothing doing. As Downs clears up towards Jordan Hayward, and a skip past Fury. Hayward marching towards the net. He's got options left-hand side. Hayward's path blocked off, though, by the goal scorer, George Ball. It will be a throw-in, level with the penalty area, but it could have been a little bit more. Sphinx faithful have made their way up to the far end of the field. I'd to see right back Joe Percy playing this ball into the penalty area. There have been a few spots of rain in the air. Thankfully, the majority of the rain seems to be holding off. Glancing header run by Shipman. Turned away by Bucci, sent back into the danger zone by Downs. King saw it coming all the way and brings it down into his chest. And immediately disputes up towards Garnett, headed up rather than out by Lewis Guest. Garnett brings down the seconds. Molyneux. Thinking about the spectacular, perhaps we've already seen one great goal from Loughborough this afternoon, scored by Ball. Molyneux forced out wide, gets the cross away, and Bangura has committed an offence on Joe Percy, nudging the fullback down. Foul in the penalty area to Coventry Sphinx against Mo Bangura. Supporters still making their way back into their seats or standing positions, as we've had just 5 minutes of the second half. Fallows drifts towards this near side of the field, headed on by Demolder. Looking to sift it through for Shipman. It was Bucci who got on the end of it and has to clear under pressure from the Sphinx number 9. Already got one goal to his credit today. Well, we have got the door blowing in a gale behind us, so apologies if you hear any banging on the microphone. Percy looks for Shipman in the area from the throw. Robinson's up there. As far as Norris, but picking up on the edge of the area is Moore. Real scramble, and Molyneux able to punt it away. As Guali under pressure from Garnett, no nonsense defending, sticks that one straight into the trees on the far side, and another throw in given in favour of Loughborough. Another ball also brought into play. Anderson. Moore, handball claims by Luke Downs. It actually hit the head of George Ball, and ball forced over behind by Downs. Free kick just into Sphinx territory for Loughborough Dynamo. Downs wasn't particularly happy with the decision, but the referee's got that one spot on. King. Obviously jumped too early and touching Guale, who clears as far as the goal scorer. Ball. Chapman. Awkward one for Keelan Fallows. Robinson was put his head into the danger zone there, trying to get on the end of it. Eventually bounced through to Keelan Fallows, and Guest, I think, was asking where was the free kick. He's not had the best of the decisions so far, as Lewis Guest feels that there should have been some punishments for an infringement on him earlier in the penalty area, which there wasn't. Stabbed down into the ground by Shipman. It's Norris who latches onto the loose ball. Downs in with the interception, a tangle of legs with Norris. Oh, that is a soft free kick to give away. Not entirely sure the referee's got that one right. So King in the centre circle with the free kick. Towards the right-hand side of the box, touching Guay, towering header Back into the danger zone from Anderson, and Jingwale again clears. It's back out to ball. We know he can hit them. He goes for it again. This time it was down the middle and spurned away by Fallows. Shark tries to keep it in, just the pace behind it. And the throw-in given level with the penalty area, but George Ball trying his luck again. This time Fallows was ready for him. Robinson into the centre circle with Bucci. Robinson again. Got option on the left-hand side in Chapman. Finds David Chapman. Robinson once more returns to Bucci. Followed all the way by Ashton Amorda and forced into a quick lob towards Rio Molyneux. And Molyneux just pushes Shark out of touch, but he couldn't get to the ball in time. 10 minutes gone. And we're going to have our first change here as Mo Bangura is replaced by Charlie Carter. Carter withdrawn from the starting 11 from the Sporting Cowser game, with Molyneux taking his place. It looks like Sphinx could well be making an alteration too. A few notes being jotted down. Alfonso Castellano going for a warm-up on. Carter, we playing in central midfield alongside Norris, it appears. Chip over the back line by Cam Moore, safely back with King. King distributes towards the right-hand side for Molyneux, edging Guade, tangling with Garnett. It's back with Shorrock. Follows a powerful clearance towards the centre circle. Carter's up for it, as is Demolder. Neither could get a definitive touch on the ball. Chapman asking a lot of Fury, and Percy will watch that harmlessly drift into touch for the goal kick. The execution. They have made their first change, as we said, with Bangura replaced by Carter. And we know what Dynamo have got in their locker. They beat Sporting Cowser 3-2 last week. Just no mean feat. Ejingwele nods away that curling ball towards Garnett. Luke Downs up for it. Here's the captain, Norris. Chapman. He's got Fury in front of him. He wants to play the through ball. Goes behind to Robinson. A tad conservative here for Dynamo, and all the way back to King. Well, Dynamo have got the wind with them in this second half. It's not the most blustery of winds. You can probably hear it on the microphone a bit, but we're not exactly in a hurricane here. Not the best of balls towards Fury. Flicks over his head, and a throw in deep into their own backyard for Coventry Sphinx. It is a dangerous situation. Loughborough trying to crowd them out. And Fury told to drop further back by Robinson. Looking for a more central location to strike. Rolls it in for Ball, looking to double his money. George Ball to make it 2-2, blocked by Lewis Guest. And Sphinx able to clear with Woodward finding Demolder. Punts it on by Woodward. Shipman will give chase. Bucci is going to have to make a decision here. Races over to this near-hand side, Bucci, and cannons off Ashton Demolder. And, well, rather unnecessary reaction from both Demolder and Bucci there. And Demolder has been booked. And really, there should be a yellow card for Bucci. With 6 of one, half a dozen of the other there. Well, that one is in the history books. Both teams are going to move on. Onto the chest of Garnett. Slice out to the right-hand side for Molyneux, but cut out by Hayward. Looks for a Sphinx player on the left, but there aren't any. Here's Anderson picking up the spoils. And, well, let's just say that's not going to go down. It's a good cross for Taylor Anderson. Bounces onto the roof of the stand. So a goal kick for Coventry Sphinx. Corby are now 3-0 up at home to Walsall Wood. Quorn, who, remember, were behind against AFC Rushden Diamonds, now 6-1 in front against AFC Rushden Diamonds. Is not going to do that goal difference any good. If you missed it at half-time, Spalding leading Harborough by 1-0 in that crucial top 3 battle. And as we said, as it stands, Sphinx would go 10 points clear of the drop zone. But there's a long way to go. We've got another half an hour at the Newton Fallowell Stadium, and Loughborough are looking in a fighting mood. Pinballing around the midfield. Who can bring it down? Echingwele nods it up. Woodward looking to send Shipman on a run. Too close to Bucci. Headed on by Woodward towards Hayward. And Bucci blocking Shipman from the goalkeeper King, and King comes racing out and gathers on the edge of his penalty area, floats it left. Fury's tracking back to get there. Oh, tried to be cheeky with the back heel, and Joe Percy's got it. Racing down the right-hand side, trying to cut in, lunges in on Robinson, and again on Bucci, but it's a Loughborough ball with a third slide in by Joe Percy, does the trick, forces Chapman back to King. And DeMalder's going to be up for that header. Not to the cross, but only as far as Norris. Lofty ball down the left-hand side for Fury. DeMalder tries to cover him off. Connor Fury, oh, that tricks himself there. Tried to step over and ended up on the deck. Here's Cam Moore. Knows this ground like the back of his hand. DeMalder looked for the through ball down the right, just tapped out by Fury. So Sphinx can calm things down. Percy with ball in hand, looks for an option along the right flank. Shipman up for it, nodded down by Mitch Robinson, the big centre-back. DeMalder keeps it in with Fury trying to punt it away. Woodward floats it over the back line. Shipman and Hayward giving chase. Hayward kept it in, and Shipman onto the seconds, but Shipman's just took it over the line for the goal kick, which King takes quickly, and Shipman has gone down injured. He was struggling before the game, we were told. He's back on his feet now. I think he was hoping that Loughborough would not be able to start as quickly as Molyneux goes down in the penalty area under the challenge of Shorrock. There was contact. I don't think enough to warrant a penalty, and the referee agrees. There's a good run from Molyneux, shoulder to shoulder with Shorrock, coming together between the two wide players. But the referee unmoved. And even better for Sphinx, Shipman is back on his feet. But he's doing a bit of stretching, trying to loosen himself up again. If Shipman does need a break towards the end of the game, then Leo Wood would be the man to bring on. Could potentially see Cam Moore playing as an out-and-out striker. He's been playing in the front three this afternoon. Fury putting Percy under pressure. Percy turns away from the challenge. Here's Luke Downton, gets the throw. Centre off the shoulder of Connor Fury, and well, someone's going to have to go and get the ball again. That door to the next field's been opened more times today than a box of celebrations at Christmas. Hoofed up by Percy from the throw. Shipman up for it, beaten mid-air once again by Robinson. Woodward onto the seconds. Game of head tennis going on here. It is nodded away by Chapman. There's Echingwele, but snatched away by Ball. Rolled right now with Molyneux. Molyneux has taken that a little too far, has he? No, just keeps it in. In fact, no, he hasn't. He has taken it out. You could tell that's ball on by Molyneux to try and play himself into some space. You could tell it was just over-hit. And it looks like Finley Shorrock may have stretched a little too far in trying to stop Rio Molyneux. There could well be a need for defensive change here. Shorrock remains down, and Sphinx physio called over to assist. There's a couple of options that Sphinx could utilise if Fallows isn't able to continue. They could play Jordan Hayward as left back and take him out of the front three. Maybe put Leo Wood up there, or potentially take off one of the... take off Finley Sharrock, bring on James Bryson and go 5 at the back with Hayward on the left. And there's going to be another change for Loughborough Dynamo. And it looks to me as if it's going to be, I think it's going to be Eddie Bamfo coming on. A quick run through of the latest scores around the grounds in the pitching in Northern Premier League Midlands. Bedworth 3, Cowser 0, Boldmere 0, Coleshill 1, Corby 3, Walsall Wood 0, Gresley 0, Sutton Coldfield 0. Hinckley 1, Rugby 1. Shepshed have just equalised at Lye. Still not completely safe. Is Eddie Bamfo coming on for number 7 on the board? That would be Connor Fury. And continuing the latest scores, Quorn 6, Rushden Diamonds 1, and Spalding 1, Harbour at 0. So here's a run through of the current table as it stands. Coventry Sphinx would be in 17th on 30 points, Rugby in 18th on 22, Gresley on 20 in 19th place, and Rushden on 18 in 20th. So things would look a lot more rosy for the Sphinx if they can hang on. But they have Eddie Bamfo to deal with now, who's come on for Connor Fury. It looks like Ball is playing on the left-hand side of the front three now. Halfway through this second half, Sphinx are dealing with what Dynamo have to offer. But can they go for that third goal? Header on by Shipman from the throw. Hayward. Muscled by Bucci and played back to King. He wants to get the job done quickly. Only batter came from by Sharrock, who has gladly recovered from that injury. Cross now with Chapman. Followed all the way by DeMolder. Chapman down the left. Here's Ball, covered off by Joe Percy. Carter. Diving header away at the near post by Lewis. Guess a brilliant performance against the team he used to call home. He only had the one season here at Loughborough Dynamo. Also spent some time at Shepshed Dynamo just across the road. Bamfo. Looking to skip away from Callum Woodward, but too close to Jordan Hayward, and a trip on the Sphinx number 11 just caught the heel of Jordan Hayward. Free kick in the centre circle, and he's only been on for a minute, but Eddie Bamfo already in the book. It's not the kind of quick impact he wanted to make on this game. Hayward skips back to a vertical position. No sign of any Sphinx changes just yet. Draper and Leo Wood going for a quick jog and stretch along the touchline. In the centre circle, it's going to be William Edgingway, the former Coventry City centre-back, to launch it into the danger zone towards the left-hand side. Anderson gets his bounce to it ahead of Hayward. Molyneux nods into the centre. Norris asking a bit much of Garnett there, and Edgingway could have played it back to Keelan Fallows, but tries to slow down play by playing it out for the throw-in into the trees. Another ball found, and swiping it by Evan Garnett. Couldn't make contact. It's safely back with Fallows, who's going to take all the time in the world picking that one up. Garnett gives him the hurry up. Well, we're about to enter the last 20 minutes. A tense finale set up at the Newton Fallowell Stadium. Shipman paces to the right-hand side on the ball, knocking on the door. Played through for Cam Moore. Carter in from behind with the challenge. Forces the throw-in for Coventry Sphinx. Went through the leg of Moore to get to the ball, but did tap it out. George Ball getting some instructions from the touchline. DeMolder. Woodward cushions it back to the Solihull Moors youngster, trying to skip past Bamfo couldn't do so, and the clearance as far as Luke Downs in anchoring midfield for Coventry Sphinx lofted over the head of Ashton Namorda for the goal kick. 70 minutes on the clock. Loughborough Dynamo 1, Coventry Sphinx 2. And there is a change forthcoming for Coventry Sphinx. Trying to see over on the far side of the field who it is. I think it's Leo Wood. Over a kick by Callum Woodward, who actually caught ball on the follow through. Nothing much you can do about that. And Woodward just shoved over by his opposite captain in Norris. Falls on top of the ball, gets the free kick. It is going to be Leo Wood to come on. I think Sphinx are just going to wait a moment. Sphinx don't tend to make changes while they're on the attack. Lewis Guest, the vice-captain. Shipman waiting for it. Towering header by Anders, who's been brilliant in the air this afternoon. Moore goes to ground, a little shove from Carter. Referee says nothing doing. He has to get back to his feet quickly here. Launch towards the Sphinx backyard. Nodded up by Guest. Callum Woodward up for it against Carter. It's becoming a very physical game here in Leicestershire. Cleared as far as the head of Chapman by Coventry Sphinx. Rob Norris will take Dynamo forward. Guest covering Garnett and the toe poke it away. Carter slips it through for Norris again. Loughborough aren't done here. Lunging on Garnett, a strike from Ball. I think the whistle had already blown anyway for a free kick against Lewis Guest, but Ball was looking for his second wonder goal of the day. And this is a golden opportunity for Loughborough Dynamo. Clear shooting range for the home side. Lewis Guest had no option but to make the challenge, and follows intricate in setting up his wall. Rob Norris standing over it, as is Gianluca Bucci. Bucci and Norris both setting their sights on Keelan Fallow's net. Four-man wall. Percy, Shipman, Guest and Shorrock. Hayward in there too, as is Ejik Nguele. Everyone in front of this. Sphinx know what a chance this is. Norris makes good of the chance. Docking just beneath the crossbar. When given the opportunity, Loughborough took it with both hands. Through the hands of Keelan Fallows. Loughborough Dynamo at the better of this second half. Now they've made it show on the score sheet. We're all square in Leicestershire. It's all square at the Newton Followell Stadium. Loughborough Dynamo 2, Coventry Sphinx 2. Oh, the away fans trying to G up their boys again. And a yellow card, I believe, for Matty Shipman. I think he's appealing the award of the free kick. I don't think really Shippo's got a leg to stand on in that one. And Sphinx delaying the introduction of Wood. Another 2-2 between these two sides. You're always guaranteed goals when Sphinx and Loughborough Dynamo link up. And we're not done yet. We've got another 15 minutes to go. And you have to say now, the ball is in Loughborough's court. Sphinx are going to have to rely on counter-attacking football here. But cheaply given away. And Cam Moore looking to lob it over King, blocked by the chest of one of his old teammates. And out on this near side for the throw. Nearly an immediate reprieve for Coventry Sphinx. Here comes the throw from Joe Percy to the feet of Callum Woodward. Slides in the cross, deflected out of Norris. Throw into the Sphinx. So corner, I should say. Corner to the Sphinx. Even the commentator's getting a bit excited here. Leo Wood put his jacket back on. I think that substitution's been cancelled. Woodward towards Guess, headed up by Carter. Robinson tries to finish the job. Deflected back into the area of Bamfo. Here's Matty Shipman, tries to strike. Sent high into the sky off Chapman and was up for it alongside Chapman. The left back goes down and free kick given, a soft free kick really. And Chipman's got to be careful. He's already on a yellow card and he has, let's just say, been rather vocal of his disapproval of some of the referee's decision making today. Molyneux. Away from Finley Shorrock. And launched all the way back by Bucci. Few jeers from the Sphinx faithful, cleared as Cam Moore put him under pressure. Norris. Molyneux collects on the right touchline, looking to duck past Hayward. Across, flicked up by Ejingwale, tries to clear Bamfo. Woodward to finish short, cleared well. But Chapman was up for it against Ashton Namoda. Great slide in by Percy to send out for a throw-in, quickly taken by Ball. Carter. Chapman's down low. Carter trapped in the corner, gets the cross away. The far post waiting against Molyneux, won't reach him. Up rather than out by Finley Shorrock. Yes. Knocks it to the right-hand side of the penalty area, and Joe Percy will be able to clear to the feet of Mitch Robinson, who of course scored the second equalising goal at Sphinx Drive against Sphinx earlier this season for Loughborough. And Shorrock has gone down injured again as a throw-in will follow on the far side of the field. It looks like it's going to be the end of his day, perhaps. Well, there is definitely going to be a change here as Ashton Namoda, who has been looking a little bit leggy, is going to be withdrawn. And heading on in his place will be Leo Wood. And another change coming here as Jamie Draper is going to replace Finley Shorrock. Shorrock unable to continue. It's a shame for the left back. He's had an outstanding day. So I would suggest that Sphinx are going to a back five here, with Draper slotting in alongside Guess and Ejingwale, Hayward filling in at left back, and Wood will take Hayward's spot in the front three. So Sphinx maybe dropping a midfielder, or perhaps Leo could be dropping into midfield. So we'll have to wait and see how this one plays out. But reaffirmed substitutions, Demolder and Shorrock off. Sphinx get a free kick. Jordan Hayward tripped by Garnett. Both players going for the ball. Leo Wood and Jamie Draper brought on by the Sphinx management team. Alfonso Castellano, the third and final change, is ready and waiting. And he's getting his shirt ready. So could we see our own Spanish sensation called upon for the final 10 minutes of this game? It's Loughborough Dynamo 2, Coventry Sphinx 2. Robinson volleys away onto the head of Guess. Shipman receives the through ball from Moore. Matty Shipman running past the goalkeeper, and Matty Shipman restores Sphinx's lead. It took an age to reach the net. The sky blue and white faithful waiting in bated breath to see whether the ball would roll to the left or the right of that far post. But Shipman has doubled his money for the afternoon. And it is the side currently in 17th place who once again lead the side, situated in 4th. What an afternoon it has been. It's not going to be 2-2 this time. Goals have certainly not been hard to come by in this fixture this season. That's the 9th goal in 2 games between these two sides, and Matty Shipman, with his second of the afternoon, with a calmly placed finish, gives Sphinx the lead with 10 to go. told you it was going to be a tense finale. We weren't kidding. Non-league taking centre stage on non-league day. And the faithful here at the Newton Fallowell Stadium, certainly the neutrals, have chosen well this afternoon. Bamfo on the left-hand side, trying to create a crossing opportunity or maybe even a shooting one. Garnett, back to Bamfo! Asking for a penalty. And a yellow card for Norris. I think they feel that Garnett was impeded. And, well, the faithful saying that Norris is I won't say the word, but a bad Tom Grennan. Tom Grennan, a Coventry City fan, also good friends with Sky Blue star Callum O'Hare. Follows, the sun starts to shine down on Loughborough again. The town of Loughborough, at the moment, the side aren't shining on the score sheet, but Bamfo looks to change that, using that pace along the wing. Joe Percy feels he was taken out by Bamfo as he launched it out on this near side. And a shake of the head from the man who's got to go and fetch the ball again. Throwing in the hands of Chapman. Carter makes himself available, stumbles at the crucial moment. Wood away. Robinson keeps it alive. Chapman looking for a route in. Trip on the edge of the area. Again, the referee says no, but it's cleared for a throw-in for Loughborough Dynamo, knocking on the door of the penalty area. It's a couple of appeals that haven't gone the Mo's way. Bamfo from the throw, twists and turns away from Percy, but Percy gets a leg in and taps it over the line for the corner. Do not take your eyes or ears off this one, folks. Highlights, of course, will be available tonight here on the Sphinx YouTube channel. Subscribe for more exclusive content. Norris follows, comes for it, punches it up. Shipman tries to keep it in. And the referee's given a goal kick. I was a bit worried when he pointed down like that. I thought he'd given a penalty to Loughborough for a moment. But Shipman was up for it. It looks like the Loughborough man has got the last touch after the punch from Fallows, and it will be a Sphinx goal kick with 7 minutes to go. And there's even better news for Coventry Sphinx because Rugby are no longer level at Hinckley. Hinckley have scored 2 quick-fire goals. They're now 3-1 up at home to Rugby. And even better news for Coventry Sphinx, Gresley have conceded at home to Sutton Coldfield. They're losing 1-0. Russia and Diamond 7-1 behind against Quorn. They're not going to be doing anything this afternoon, so this is a golden chance for Sphinx to pull away from the drop zone. At the moment they are, but Loughborough may well have a say left in this game with 6 left. Long ball towards Garnett on the edge of the area, headed up by Guest. Has Sphinx got the legs to keep this lead? Woodward. Here's Jordan Hayward. Cannons off Taylor Anderson, but the seconds fall to Hayward. And Anderson barging straight through Callum Woodward. Well, he's not happy about the decision, but I'm sorry, Taylor, that's the most clear-cut foul you get to see all day. It's like something you'd see out in the octagon rather than a football field. Precious seconds ticking away. And Sphinx still have one more card that they can play with Castellano on the bench, as do Loughborough. They have 1 change remaining. And still available to them. Goalkeeper Josh Mee, defender Nathan Daniels, and Taron Rohilla. Well, Sphinx can do nothing with the free kick. They could have got another one there as Luke Downs went down into the challenge of Garnett. Sphinx got the throw on the far side, and Castellano is coming on. We'll have to wait though, the throw-up line from Draper. Not into the area by Jordan Hayward, and a hasty clearance from Robinson. Draper upfield. Robinson again nodding away from his old teammate Cam Moore. Seconds fall to Callum Woodward. Hooks it left. Shipman gives chase. Prevents Bucci from clearing. Has to play it to the goalkeeper, King, into the last 5. Lewis King. Garnett, and definite free kick there, Lewis Guest. He's appealing, but you're going to hear the thud from Guest's boot connecting with the side of Garnett. Well, this time it's not within shooting range, but Norris is going to stand over it. It's a yard or two out from the centre circle, and it is so far a fond return for Cam Moore, but that return is over. The former Loughborough man, a scattering of applause. So striker for midfielder. Centre mid, Alfonso Castellano on for former Loughborough man, Cam Moore. And this is it. This is how Sphinx are going to end the game with less than 4 minutes left. Everyone back to deal with Norris's free kick. In by Norris. Nodded across by Robinson. Out comes Fallows. Able to bring it into his hands and falls to the deck. One of the Sphinx players has gone down hurt. It's Luke Downs holding his head. And of course, if it is a head injury, referee is obliged to stop it. Downs is okay. And ironic cheers from the Moes fans behind the goal. Well, Sphinx have done their best to silence the Dynamo fans all afternoon. They have done. Seems a long time ago that George Ball put Loughborough Dynamo in front with an absolute wonder goal around 25 minutes in. Sphinx then got themselves a penalty when Evan Garnett took out the leg of Callum Woodward. Shipman scored. 30 seconds later, Jordan Hayward made it 2-1. And then we came into the second half, a free kick from the skipper for Loughborough Dynamo, making it 2-2 before Shipman again popping up with a goal to make it 3-2. Here's Bamfo. Can he use his scintillating speed to bring Loughborough back into this? Cross wasn't great. Nodded away on the edge of the area by Draper. Hayward launches up towards Shipman. Bucci beats him to the punch. Charlie Carter's struggling there, and Carter's going to have to tie his boots up again. Edging Guele lofts high to the sky away from Garnett. Headed on by Norris, only as far as Callum Woodward, his opposite captain. Went for kind of a Shipman, he pokes it past Robinson, but Robinson will shield it back to King. Quick clearance from King towards Bamfo. Aerial duel won by Lewis Guest, and Shipman's taking some time to get back into position. Here's Chapman, just 2 minutes of normal time to go, plus stoppages, of which there will be a fair few, I'd assume. Garnett, Bamfo was prevented from getting into the air by a sliding Percy, and on the deck, Luke Downs comes away with it under pressure from George Ball. Brilliant work from Downs and Castellano. Shipman bounced off the midriff of Mitch Robinson, out wide now with Leo Wood. And a little stab in with the foot of Chapman onto the ankle, I believe, of Leo Wood. Free kick Sphinx. And there could be a yellow card here for Chapman. Indeed there is. But crucially for Loughborough, more time wasted. We'll take you through the final scores around the grounds at full time here at Sphinx Drive. But the games that you need to know about for Sphinx fans: Gresley are losing at home to Sutton Coldfield. Rugby are losing at Hinckley. And Rushden are losing at Quorn. Shepshed have turned it around against Lythe. They're winning, so they'll be moving away from the drop zone with Sphinx. Cambridge not playing today. They were meant to play Anstey. So as it stands, the bottom three, if Sphinx can hold on, are going to be cut adrift. Floated in by Guest. Easy pickings for King. We are now into added time. We haven't been told how many minutes there will be. And a free kick. Matty Shipman saying that he's been hit in the face.
Pathetic, Shipman.
And a yellow card for Bucci, I believe, for the reactions. There's a free kick to Loughborough. Oh, I just saw the the added time go up. Didn't see, 5 minutes. We've just seen it. 5 minutes of added time. It was put up rather quickly. We were focusing on the incident with King. It is a free kick to Loughborough on the edge of their own penalty area. But again, more time and more space wasted. They were much further up the field. So 5 minutes all in for Sphinx to hold on. Draper volleys into relative safety after the header from Castellano. Shipman brings it down under pressure from Carter. Throw in to Loughborough, and Sphinx are furious. It was right in front of the management team. And Loughborough Dynamo driving on. Here's Bucci. Roared on by the Dynamo faithful. Anderson cushions it into the area. Out comes Keelan Fallows, dives onto it. Prevents Garnett from having a shot on goal. Loughborough haven't had as many efforts after the half-time interval as they would have liked. They were chasing the game. And they did get themselves level through Norris's free kick, but it didn't take long for Shipman to put Sphinx back in front. Molyneux. Is there one last twist in the tail? Rio Molyneux ducking and diving into the area. Garnett! Heads it wide. It's been given as a corner. The referee has given the corner. The flag was up for the goal kick from the linesman. We've had a minute of added time already. 4 left. Everyone is back, and the goalkeeper's going up. Lewis King is in the penalty area for Loughborough Dynamo towards Robinson. Gets header away, and now the chase is on to get to the ball first. Castellano trying to shepherd away from George Ball. Ball's got on the end of it. King indecision whether to stay up or go back. Ball across the penalty area. Lays up Norris. Norris across the face of goal. Goal is there. Stopped by Joe Percy. A goal-saving challenge from the Sphinx fullback. King's heading up for another corner. But is that Dynamo's one and only chance? Norris. Header away by Shipman. No one out there to start the counter. And Banfo found the left-hand side. Curled in by Banfo. Header away by Draper. Anderson waiting on the edge of the area. Held up by Hayward. Hayward onto the head of Charlie Carter. Now Norris lunging by Hayward to no avail. The captain continues. Advantage given in favour of Loughborough. Now Anderson. It's a high cross. It's too high. And it bounces towards its near side for the throw to Coventry Sphinx. Just over 2 minutes left. What a game this has turned out to be. We're expecting good things this afternoon. But this has been something special. Even if Sphinx can't hold on, a point against Loughborough would still be amazing. At the moment, they're holding on to 3, but Loughborough have a throw as it was deflected off the hip of Matty Shipman. Here's Bucci. King wants it behind him. Here is Lewis King. Played short to Bucci. The Sphinx substitutes and coaches on the touchline ready to celebrate, but they're going to have to wait. Norris. Molyneux. Looking to slip it through for Garnett, but cleared by Hayward. Back to enter the last minute of normal time. Here's Carter. Percy trying to block his path. Curled in by Carter. No one home. Anderson tries to keep it in with the header, but it had already crossed. And Sphinx are going to be in no hurry here. Well, I don't know about you, but I'm already out of breath. And no, it's not just because of the weight issues. It's been a pretty good game. "30 seconds on the clock. There could well be added time in added time. Seen many referees add on any time wasting at the end of the allocated minutes. Keelan Fallows onto the head of Jordan Hayward. Picks him out beautifully. Shipman's up there. It's headed away by Bucci. Norris. Bucci. Well, Robinson's playing as a makeshift centre forward. And a free kick given against Joe Percy there. I think Percy just stood his ground. Bamfo into the back of him. Well, some referees would give it, some wouldn't. And this is it. Last chance saloon for Dynamo. It's now or never. Norris's free kick levelled it up before. He's not going to be able to shoot from here, but he can craft an equaliser. King staying back this time. Curled in. Robinson. And diving down onto it is Keelan Fallows, and that should be it. An incredible afternoon of non-league football on non-league day. Keelan Fallows ready to blast it away. It's been an incredible afternoon on non-league day, and it's Coventry Sphinx's day. The referee blows the final whistle, an incredible performance. And these 3 points may just be Coventry Sphinx's salvation. Two goals from Matty Shipman and a strike from Jordan Hayward have completed an unlikely victory at the home of the league's 4th place side. The heart on show from the boys in red and navy was clear to see. An absolutely inspired performance from the boys representing the Free-Spired City. They go straight over to the travelling faithful to show their appreciation. But as it stands, Rugby have lost, Gresley have lost, Rushden have lost, Coventry Sphinx have won, and as it stands, go 11 points clear of the relegation zone, and now surely can dream of Step 4 football again next season. The final score in the pitching in Northern Premier League Midlands, Loughborough Dynamo 2, Coventry Sphinx 3. Well, thank you very much for joining us here. Live from Leicestershire, live from the Newton Fallowell Stadium. It means the absolute world to us. Well done to the Sphinx boys. Quick run through the final scores before we leave you. Bedworth 3, Sporting Cowser 0, Bodmere 0, Coleshill 1, Corby 3, Walsall Wood 0, Gresley 0, Sutton Coldfield 1, Hinckley 3, Rugby 1, Lye 1, Shepshed 3, Corn 7, Rushden 1, Smoling 1, Harborough 1. That's all we've got time for. We'll see you for a back-to-back double header on bank holiday weekend next week. Thanks for joining us.